Today on Street Riding American Style, Cy and myself head out to Salina, Kansas, population 47,910, for a kickoff party at Bright Built Hot Rods. Today we'll take a look at a 1953 Studebaker Champion, a 1950 Merc, a 1950 Buick, and a 1937 Oldsmobile. In the meantime, Patricia is trying to uncover a secret restoration of a Chevy II Nova. All this is coming up next on Street Riding American Style.
Support for Street Riding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to making vehicles last longer and perform better in the meantime. In shops all over the world, BG Products serves the driving public with innovative products and proven programs of automotive maintenance. More information can be found at bgfindashop.com. And
Ren Radio plays your favorite oldies. Great oldies of the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Great oldies from Elvis, Chuck Berry, the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but the greatest music ever laid down on disc. Ren Radio is online all the time at renradio.net.
Good times, great oldies. WREN.
They make you look, dream, and sometimes even wish. These are street rods, built or just owned by those who have the same passion. My name is David Wolf, and along with Cy McCormick and Patricia Brown, we travel to admire these passions. These are works of art and are designed with the personality and the ingenuity of the owner in mind. Built in garages, barns, and even under shade trees in communities all across this great land of ours. This is more than just a hobby. This is an addiction. This is Street Riding American Style. Cy, why don't we get everything together and why don't we head out to Salina, Kansas?
Dude, if we're going to Salina, we have got to stop by Bright Built Hot Rods and check out some of their sweet creations.
Well, that's all part of the plan, so you should be happy. And you should be happy too, because that's where we're going.
Kelly, we got a lot of cars getting ready to show up. They're starting to peel in here already. How many cars are we planning to show up tonight?
We're expecting to feed 450 people. So what that means in cars, go from there.
So maybe half of that.
Half, maybe double.
That's
Never know.
awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm expecting a great turnout. It's a little bit rainy, but we got cars in the shop. We got cars in the display room. We got cars outside in the parking lot. Folks are running around eating some barbecue, having a great time. What's the purpose of tonight's show?
Well, we host a kickoff party to the KKOA Lead Sled Spectacular that happens here in Salina every year.
Awesome. And it all starts right here.
Starts right here.
And if I understand right, folks are coming from all around to see this thing,
All over
right?
the country.
Do you know how far anybody comes tonight?
I know for a fact we had a guy here from South Carolina. He's here every year.
That's awesome. Kelly, I gotta know, man, I want a hot rod. Why do I need to come to Bright Built, dude?
If you want it done right, have it bright.
Sweet, sweet. Well, man, hey, I'm looking forward to a great show tonight. Thanks for letting us come. I think we're gonna see some sweet rides.
Hey, let's do it.
Thanks, dude.
Rick, I just love this car. I mean, this is really old school. Not a lot of custom to it, but still, it's a grabber. Tell me what we're looking at here.
We're looking at a 1937 Olds touring sedan.
in 1937, the average cost of a new home was $4,100. Amelia Earhart becomes the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic, and actor Morgan Freeman was born.
Two basic modifications. I've eliminated the cowl vent.
Right.
And I've moved the gas cap. And I added front turn signal.
Why'd you remove the vent?
The only reason I removed the vent, it was a great option because of the flow through, but mounting the air conditioner, the vent wouldn't work.
Oh, so, and you want air conditioning in this?
My wife said we have to have air.
Okay, wife said.
Yes.
So she kind of dictates on this a little bit?
She was included in the build all the way through.
Now, does she drive this very much?
She loves to drive it.
Does she really?
Yes.
Is this a grocery getter?
It's a grocery getter. I drive it to work whenever I can.
Really? What's the horsepower on this thing then?
It's a 350 horse.
350 horse. So you got some potency there for a grocery getter.
Yep.
Now, going down the road, does she kind of get on it and kind of break loose the tires?
She loves blowing away rice grinders all the time.
So she has an hidden agenda.
Oh, yes, yes.
I love it. But I do see a little modifications here. I'm seeing little like wind vents on the side. Wind,
Yep.
Yeah, wind deflectors actually.
Yes.
Why the wind deflectors?
Last year we come up here, it was 113 degrees. I didn't get the air conditioning going yet. So we put the breezies on and it got the wife through.
It's the main thing to get the wife through. When you say she's involved in this, what does she get her hands dirty with?
When I was building up the motor, she was right there with me, trying to understand the dynamics of the motor and everything,
Really?
how the valves work, how the pistons work, the crankshaft. She set the timing when we fired up the first time. The bolts, the stainless steel bolts, she sat down and she buffed all the heads, and she was involved with all the build.
Was that fun to have your spouse right next to you doing that?
It was the best thing I could have.
Really?
The main thing was, didn't have to worry about budget. She was involved.
Oh, so she didn't say how much you're spending. You didn't have to feel guilty about that.
That's right. She said, write the check.
That's great. Now I'm going to ask you another question. That interior, that's not stock.
No, it was done by a very close friend of ours, Marianne Rapine. She has her own upholstery shop, and she went nuts. I did not see it from the day I took it in until the day it was done.
Really?
And I figured I'd be somewhere in here.
Yeah.
I was up here.
You were ecstatic about the finished product.
It was phenomenal.
That is great. Now, another thing I noticed that's a little more modification also is the Nerf bars, front and back. Why Nerf bars, not bumpers?
This car, the build I wanted to do for it and debut it was last year here at Salina at the Lead Sled Nationals. I did not have front bumper brackets. I've got the bumpers chromed at home and everything. Had to do something 3 o'clock in the morning the night before we left. I tacked on these Nerf bars, fell in love with them, and they're staying.
They're staying. No bumpers for you on this car.
No bumpers for me on this.
So is it can be a little more, I gotta be more careful with this?
It's a car.
It's a car. So even, it looks so immaculate, you're just saying it's a car.
I've been in the business long enough. It is just a car. It's a nice car.
It's a nice car. Well, Rick, I think it's a great looking car. Can you do me a favor? Can we hear this bad boy?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Word on the street is that there is a secret restoration of a Chevy II Nova going down at this shop in Wichita, Kansas. I'm gonna see what I can find out. Well, it looks like I found the right location. We are here at Bauer Auto Restoration in Wichita, Kansas. Excuse me, are you Mark Bauer?
Yes, I am.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tell me what is going on here.
Well, sometime after the first year, a good friend of ours passed away, and he was in the process of restoring a Nova.
Okay.
And we just kind of took it upon ourselves to finish the project that he had started about 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So there was 12 of us that got together.
Uh-huh.
We decided to take the car and see what we could do with it.
Okay, now does his wife know anything about this?
She doesn't know anything what's going on. She knows where the car went, but I think that's the last time we've even talked to her.
So it's gonna be a total surprise to her, hopefully.
Total surprise.
Uh-huh. As you guys are pulling the car in, Mark, it's looking pretty straight to me, but what is the first thing that you think that you guys are gonna tackle?
Well, we need to take stock of actually what we have, what parts we might need, what's damaged on it, and so forth. But probably the first thing we're going to do is get the engine running.
The engine, most important part, right?
Yeah, we'll see if it will run.
And see maybe how fast it'll go?
No,
Not
maybe
yet,
later.
not yet. Hey, Kelly, could you come here just a second? Yeah, I'm watching you look through this car, inspecting it pretty closely. What is your take on it so far?
Well, the car needs a little bit of work.
Just a little bit of work? I've seen it.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. We looked at the floorboards. The interior's real rough on it.
Right.
It's got a lot of work had to be done on the side, but we do think it's rebuildable, and with all of us helping out on this, I think we can make a pretty nice car out of it.
Yeah, more work than you all thought, but you're
Yes.
all in for the long haul, right?
Oh yes, we are. We're definitely there.
That is so awesome. I cannot wait. The next thing is the motor. I cannot wait to see if this starts, so stay tuned.
It took 3 generations to build this sweet Studebaker for Liz. Stick around and you'll see what they came up with here on Street Rotting American Style.
We are inside Bright Built Hot Rods in Salina, Kansas. It was raining outside, so I found Liz to pull this beautiful beast in the shop so we can get a closer look at it. Liz?
Yes.
What on earth do we have here?
We have a 53 Studebaker.
In 1953, the first color television sets appear, selling for $1,175. Ian Fleming publishes his first James Bond novel, Casino Royale, and actor Tim Allen was born.
Now, I know zero about Studebakers. I've heard of a golden hawk. Is this a golden hawk?
No.
What is this?
It's a champion.
A champion?
Yes. It's my favorite one of the Studebakers.
It's your favorite Studebaker. So why the champion? What sets it apart? What draws you to this car?
The lines of the car.
You just like the shorter lines and
I like
just
the
the way
lines.
it sits?
You bet.
This isn't the way it would have looked when we bought a showroom.
No.
I mean, is this even a stock color?
No.
Why the green? Is it green? Is that what you call it?
It is. It's cyber green.
Cyber green.
It happens to be a Volkswagen color.
When I saw you roll up today, it's got a nice squatty stance to it. It looks sleek and gorgeous.
Right.
Just to accompany the driver. What I notice, we'll take that out.
You don't have to.
We're flirting. I'm gonna get a ride in this thing. What I notice when you come rolling in here is these scoops on the doors.
Yes.
That's not a factory option, is it?
Kinda.
So help me out there.
Well, the original was, this is original.
This body
right
line I
here.
see right through
Yes.
here is original.
And then it came down like this.
It just dove down in a little curve.
Right, and it didn't have this cut in here.
Yeah.
But my husband did that. He's been in the body business for over 50
Your
years.
husband made this for you?
Yes.
Did you help him out?
Yes.
You've got a chop with
Right.
an inch and a half only in the front.
Right. And brought that down. Everything else, well, there's a lot more work to doing that than just bringing that front down.
Did you help do that?
No. No.
Your husband did that.
Yes, my husband, my son, and my grandson.
Now hold up. Your husband, your son, and your grandson
Yes.
built this car for you?
They were the three major builders, and then of course you always have other people, helping you because of wearing, because of engine work and interior and all that.
So this is not your first hot rod?
Oh no.
What else have you done?
No door handles.
You shaved the door handles?
Right.
How do you get in?
We have,
Just a little
as long as I
attenuator?
don't leave it in the car like I did earlier, but there's a remote.
To pop them open?
Right, pops it open.
I see Flip on the dash. What's Flip?
Flip was my brother's nickname.
Okay.
And he's the one that kind of inspired this car.
Now
This
you
is
have.
basically dedicated to him. He never got to see the car finished.
So in memory of your brother.
Exactly.
We have Flip. Is that what you've named this car?
Not really. It's just on the dash as a dedication to him.
Well, that's an awesome story. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah,
Just
I
keep
like
the
it.
memory alive, and that touches
Yeah.
my heart. So,
Yeah.
and we popped the hood on this thing a little bit ago.
Yes, we
You
did.
got an Olds rocket sitting in there?
Kind of like to have everybody believe that. It's really a 350 Chevy engine with Olds rocket valve covers on it.
Well, it fooled me. Not so hard to do, but it looks really cool.
Some people believe it. I mean, and if they're really, really sure it's an Olds rocket, yeah, we just let them
You just
think
let 'em
it.
go.
Yeah, that's what you
awesome.
believe. That's just
That's
fine.
funny. That center console looks like it's floating there.
That's what it's intended to look like. If you look at how it has that little curve,
Yeah. It
same
matches
as what's on here.
It almost matches the. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. It follows that same body line right
Correct.
here. Very cool.
Correct.
I've got one more question for you.
Okay.
Can we hear this bad boy?
Well, that's what the grandson says. It's a boy, so I guess it's a bad boy.
Let's hear this bad boy.
Okay.
Fire it up.
All right, Mark, I'm looking at this car. It's looking a little bit rough. What do you think the odds of this motor actually turning over?
Well, we've got two real good mechanics in our group, so they'll check the compression off. They'll get it running. They're pretty good guys.
So fairly confident?
Yeah, pretty
All right.
confident, yeah.
Maybe with a little bit of work?
Yeah, we'll see real shortly.
Sounds good. All right, nice. I like it. We got the
Yeah.
engine to start. So what do you
Yeah.
think is next?
Well, we're going to go ahead and disassemble the car.
Okay.
And the engine will eventually go to the engine dyno to be checked out
Okay.
on the dyno, make sure all the internals
Right.
are correct, and get
Everything's
the
working.
horsepower readings and so forth on it.
Okay. Very cool.
And then we'll start on the bodywork.
Well, with all of this help, it should not take you very long to restore this, right? Did you also notice that Mike over there, he's bleeding?
Well, he has a tendency to try and take bolts off with his bare hands. So I said, you need to go get a Band-Aid. Quit
So seriously, how long do you think that's gonna take?
Well, it's hard to tell. I've never worked with this many guys on a single project before,
Right.
but they do it in an hour on TV all the time.
Yeah,
I
so
see
it shouldn't take much longer than that,
No,
right?
Well, we'll find out real shortly.
Hey, Dean, could you come over here for just a minute?
Well, sure.
I'm seeing you guys tackle this engine right now, pulling the engine in training, and you're doing it in a very unusual way. What are you guys thinking?
Well, Mark said pull the whole front end off, and he's got to do body work on it anyway, so it's easier for him, and just pull it all out in a big chunk and work on it.
So it was his idea, right?
Definitely Mark's idea.
Did you think it was going to work? Were you guys taking bets?
No, we knew it would work.
You trusted him maybe a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just kind of.
Well, this is so awesome. We are far from being done with this sweet Chevy II. So stay tuned to see what happens next.
It's always an eye catcher when multiple cars are combined into one. But who would ever combine a 50 Buick and a 67 Impala together? Greg did, and we have it next on Street Rotting American Style.
Greg, tell me what we're looking at here.
It's a 1950 Buick Fastback.
In 1950, the first self-service elevator is installed in Dallas, Texas. Bill Murray was born, and Charles Schultz introduces the Peanuts comic strip.
Okay, now this is a Buick,
Yes.
but it has no resemblance from the windshield back like a Buick. What have you done to the back side of this?
We changed the roof to a 67 Chevy Impala.
Wait. This is an Impala roof?
Yes.
Why would you put an Impala roof on an old Buick?
Just wanted to get as low as we could.
You got it low.
It's low.
Okay, did you get it as low as you want?
Yeah.
Or do you want to get lower?
No, it's good.
Does it scrape at all?
Yeah.
Do you like when it scrapes, or do you cringe?
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you? Okay.
We're used to it.
So that's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, is it air ride or not?
It's airbags.
So it is bagged.
Yeah.
Now, but do you always take the bags down when you drive, or do you bring them up?
They're up to drive down the highway. Yeah.
Okay, so you want a little clearance on that.
They're about halfway up.
Halfway up.
Yeah.
Now, besides the roof, what else have you done besides for the Buick?
We sectioned the body off of about 3 inches off of the belt line.
So you got 3-inch chop on this.
Yeah, at least.
But there was a post, wasn't there, at first?
Took the posts out.
Now you have a hard top.
Yeah.
And I love the look of that lean glass going through.
Yeah.
What else has been
done?
done?
The windshield is the Impala windshield.
Impala.
It's narrowed and chopped down. The roof had to be narrowed to fit on the car.
I'm looking at the louvers. How many louvers you got?
I don't know.
You never counted your louvers?
I can't remember.
So you did count, you just don't remember.
Probably.
Why'd you put louvers in the hood?
Just to help cool it, and plus we have a louver press.
Okay, why waste a louver press?
Exactly.
Let's take the hood to it.
Yeah.
The cooling actually helps, though, to the engine.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of engine do you have underneath here?
It's a 500 Cadillac.
500?
Yeah.
So it gets down the road pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Cruises real good down the highway.
Cruises, when you say cruises, what speed does it cruise very well at?
80, 75, 80.
Okay.
It's a good spot.
That's a good spot. Does it just kind of honker down into the road and just kind of...
Yeah, drives real good.
But do you get people kind of looking at you and say, man, thumbs up?
Oh, yeah.
All the time?
All the time.
Does it do your heart good when you see the thumbs up coming up at you?
Yeah, it does.
You say,
Yeah.
I know what I've created, it's going.
Yeah.
Now, is this a lead sled?
I hope so. That's what I was. That's my favorite type of car.
Is it really? So that was what you wanted when you...
Oh, yeah.
What's your definition of a lead sled?
Just a low 50s car with the chopped top.
Okay, so
know.
that... Because I know different people had different definitions for
low
lead sled.
cruiser.
Low cruiser. I'll take low cruiser on this. The interior is not stock either. Where'd you get these seats from?
The seats are out of a Dodge Stealth, actually.
A Dodge Stealth?
Yeah.
Where'd you find a Dodge Stealth that could get the seats from?
Went junkyard, and that's what I like.
The steering wheel's a little different too. You got a snakeskin steering wheel.
Yeah.
Why a snakeskin steering wheel?
The guy that did our upholstery, he came up with that. I didn't even know he was going to do it. The car's named Copperhead, so he did it with that theme.
So it's Copperhead, steering wheel, snakeskin.
Right.
It all works together.
Yeah.
Greg, the dash, is that stock?
That's a stock dash.
That is
with
stock.
Different instruments in it.
So aftermarket instruments,
Yeah.
stock dash.
Yeah.
With the deck lid itself, it's still got a nice slope to it. Did you do that yourself?
Yeah. It's made out of another roof of another car.
What kind of car?
Another Impala.
So just
I
another
think.
Impala,
Yeah,
just to make it all
to-
flow.
Yeah. Just
And
to
it does
skin.
flow.
Yeah.
What kind of condition was this when you got it though?
It was out of a junkyard. I gave $150 for it.
$150 for it. But would you ever sell it if the price was right?
No, I doubt it.
Never sell it.
I don't want to sell it.
It's going
like
to go to your
mine.
wife.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, I got one more favor to ask you. Can I hear this bad boy?
Sure, you bet.
Okay, Mark, with everything now torn down to the bare essentials, what is the verdict on this car?
Not as nice as I would hope for.
Uh-huh. But still workable?
Well, yeah, of course, anything's repairable. You know, there's just a lot more rust than we expected.
Right.
There's a lot of panels that were replaced, not done properly, and we're going to try to fix all those problems.
Okay, so after that bodywork, you know, something else I noticed, the battery was mounted in the trunk of the car. Is it going to stay there? Normally it's not there, right?
No, normally people put the battery in the trunk for drag racing purposes to get more weight behind the axle. And since this is just going to be a street car, and the lady that's going to be driving doesn't need problems, we're going to put it back in its normal position.
Don't underestimate the lady. She might want it in the back of the car.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe so. Something else I noticed, you had these old style Krugers SS on the car. They are awesome. Please tell me you were keeping those.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to keep
Okay, good. You had me to stop there for a minute. They are really, really cool. Nice addition to that car. So those would be really awesome
Yeah,
to
they're
keep.
some of my favorites too.
Yeah. So what's next then?
Well, it goes to the media blasters now, gets stripped, and then we'll start replacing the panels once we get it back.
Awesome. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see the finished product.
Yeah, me too.
We are not even close to being done with this sweet Chevy II, but hopefully next week we'll pick up where we left off, have the body back, and ready to be painted. But don't forget, shh, it's still a secret.
This 1950 Mercury lead sled was built and finished around a DeSoto grill. What Ross ended up with is a jaw dropper. It's coming up next on Street Rotting American Style.
David, you are going to be so jealous because I see this thing rolling up. This thing is ridiculous. I got its owner, Ross, right here. We're going to learn all about it. Ross, what do we have?
It started out as a 50 Merc.
In 1950, Silly Putty was introduced to the world. Paul Harvey begins his national radio broadcast, and Your Show of Shows was one of the top shows on TV.
How dramatic of a chop are we looking at?
We're talking about 4.5 on the top and about 4.5 out of the body.
4.5 out of the body?
2 times. I mean, so a total of 4.5.
So like a section?
Yeah.
Very cool. This is beautiful. I mean, why the flames though? I mean, what made you decide with the red and the flames?
When I started on this, I wanted it burnt from the front to the back.
Burnt from the front to the back.
But
I like the way you say that. That's cool.
And the red, I didn't ever care for red Mercuries, but I'd paint a panel and I'd hang them on the car and I'd walk by it about half a dozen times a week. I don't like that color. And finally got come down to time to paint it, and this is Boyd Coddington's red.
Okay.
And I said that's what it's going to be, and that's what we painted it.
So that's a great idea. You hang a pallet up on the car and just let yourself get used to it, see what you think about it.
Yeah.
How long have you had this thing?
Since '84.
1984.
It hasn't been done that long.
Did you do all the work? Except, I mean, we had somebody else do the paint.
Painting was done in another body shop. I took it in pieces.
Yeah.
I wanted to paint it, but I could, my eyes and heavy gun and stuff, I said, no, I'm not going to do this.
So you did the rest of it?
Yeah, I got it all primed out. I just took it in pieces and he'd paint it and I'd take it home and start putting things together.
Let me tell you what, Ross, you have done a dramatic job. I mean, this is an icon. It's a jaw dropper. I noticed when I think I drooled a little when you came in because it's that awesome. And one of the things I noticed, you look at the front of this thing, it looks like it's gonna come and punch you in the face. It's just that awesome. That's not the original grill though, is it?
No.
What's it from?
That's a 53 DeSoto grill. It's 11 tooth.
So there's not it was that big out of a DeSoto. There's some guys will take extra teeth and put them in there.
That's the way it was.
That looks cool, man.
We just redone a lot of things, but the car was actually built around them. That's what I wanted, around the grill.
It's a lead sled.
It's a sled.
You made it.
We'd rather drag it than bag it. That's where we drive it, right there.
That is awesome. We'd rather drag it than bag it. Amen.
The antennas on one of 007 shows, Live and Let Die or something like that.
Yeah.
There was a black river boat there on the river. and he had twin fishing poles.
I know exactly what you're talking
and
about.
I said, man, that's what I'm going to put on this thing.
Very cool.
So that's how where they came from.
James Bond could roll in this thing and still look cool any day, man. I tell you what, this is legit. I got one more question for you, Ross. Can we hear this bad boy?
Yeah, oh, you sure can.
Fire it up, man. Let's do it.
It seems like the weather just turns on us everywhere.
Yeah, I know, man, but you know what? But the street rods still showed up.
They do. And like Greg's 1950 Buick, which he molded the back section from a 1967 Impala.
That was ridiculous.
It was awesome. And then there was Rick's 37 Olds, where he just drives everywhere possible. I saw you found a couple street rides too. What'd you find?
Okay, I found Liz. She had this 53 Studebaker. The color was awesome on this thing, and I love it when ladies bring in a sweet ride. And then Ross's 50 Merc. Holy cow, that thing was a true lead sled.
Great cars, great people. It just proves what we've always said before. Street rodding is more than just a hobby.
It's an addiction.
Support for Street Rodding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to making vehicles last longer and perform better in the meantime. In shops all over the world, BG Products serves the driving public with innovative products and proven programs of automotive maintenance. More information can be found at bgfindashop.com. And
Ren Radio plays your favorite oldies, great oldies of the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Great oldies from Elvis, Chuck Berry, the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but the greatest music ever laid down on disc. Ren Radio is online all the time at renradio.net.
Good times, great oldies, WREN.